Every moment I spend with you, I can't help but marvel at how perfect you look. It's as if the world fades away when I gaze at you, and all that remains is the beauty that radiates from within. My heart can barely keep up with how fast it races every time I see you. It's almost impossible to describe how your presence affects me. The way you look, the way you move, every detail seems flawless in my eyes. I find myself lost in the thought of you, your beauty so captivating that it stays with me long after you're gone. I can't stop thinking about how perfect you look in every way. Every time you smile, it feels like a piece of the world becomes a little brighter. Your beauty isn't just skin deep, it resonates within me, a feeling that lingers in my thoughts all day. There's something magical about the way you look at me, something that makes me feel like I'm the only person in the world who matters. Every glance from you etches an image into my mind, one I can't stop replaying. The way you look is so mesmerizing that it occupies my thoughts constantly. Your smile, your eyes, your presence, they're all perfect in a way that makes it impossible for me to focus on anything else when you're near. I can't help but lose myself in the way you look. It's not just your physical beauty, but the way you carry yourself with such grace, the way you speak, the way you laugh, all of it adds up to this vision of perfection that I can't shake. When I see you, everything else disappears. It's just you, and in that moment, I realize how perfect you look in every way. There's an elegance in you that stays with me even when we're apart. I can't stop thinking about it. You don't even have to try, and yet you're perfect. It's in the little things, the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you love, the way you move through a room with such ease. It's impossible to stop thinking about it. I find myself thinking about how perfect you look constantly. It's the way you carry yourself, the confidence that shines through you effortlessly. You are a living masterpiece, and I can't stop admiring the way you exist in the world. There's something about the way you look that leaves me breathless. It's as though every part of you has been crafted with such care and detail that I can't help but feel overwhelmed by how beautiful you are, inside and out. How is it possible for someone to look so perfect? I find myself thinking about it every time you cross my mind. You exude an undeniable magnetism that pulls me in, leaving me with nothing but admiration for everything that makes you, you. I can't seem to stop thinking about how perfect you look, how your every feature aligns in such a way that I can't tear my eyes away. Every time you smile, I feel like my heart might burst with joy. It's not just the way you look, but the way your presence makes everything around you feel more alive. Every glance, every expression, perfect in a way that keeps me thinking about it long after you've left the room. When I look at you, everything else seems insignificant. You are perfection in a form I can't quite comprehend, and I find myself endlessly lost in thoughts about how beautifully you fit into the world. I can't get the image of you out of my mind. It's as though you were crafted by the universe itself, each feature perfectly placed. I think about you constantly, and no matter how hard I try, I can't shake the thoughts of how perfect you are. There's something timeless about the way you look. Every time I see you, I feel like I'm witnessing a moment of perfection that can never be repeated. I can't stop thinking about the way your beauty fills every corner of my mind. You don't have to do anything special for me to think about how perfect you look. It's in the way you breathe, the way you move, the way you exist in this world. It's a perfection that feels natural and undeniable. How can someone look so perfect without even trying? It's not just your appearance, it's everything about you, the way you speak, the way you laugh, how you light up a room. You've become a constant thought in my mind, and I can't get enough of it. The more I think about it, the more I realize that you are perfection incarnate. There's not a single thing about you that I would change, and I can't stop replaying every moment with you in my head, wishing it would never end. Every time I see you, I'm reminded of how perfect you look. It's not just the beauty that catches my eye, but the essence of who you are that fills my thoughts. There's an energy about you that is impossible to ignore, and I can't stop thinking about it. You are the most beautiful person I've ever seen, and it's hard to believe that someone as perfect as you exists. Your beauty lingers in my mind, and I can't stop thinking about the way you look, how you make everything seem brighter, the way you look, the way you move. Everything about you captures my attention in a way I never thought possible. You are perfection in its purest form, and I can't stop thinking about you. Every time you walk into a room, it feels as though the air changes. Your presence, your beauty, everything about you is perfect. I find myself thinking about how perfect you look, and it consumes my mind every single day. Your beauty isn't just what I see, it's how I feel when I look at you. It's the way your face lights up when you talk, the way your eyes seem to hold 1,000 thoughts. I can't stop thinking about how perfect you look every time I see you. It's the little things about the way you look that make you perfect. How your hair falls just right, how your eyes sparkle when you're happy. I can't stop thinking about you because everything about you is simply flawless. How is it that every time I look at you, you seem to get more perfect? It's as though you're not bound by the same rules as everyone else. You leave me in awe, and I can't stop thinking about how you look in this moment. There are moments when I just sit and think about how perfect you look, how your smile has the power to brighten even the darkest day. You are an image in my mind that I can't seem to shake, no matter how hard I try. The way you look leaves me speechless. It's as though the universe conspired to make you perfect in every way. And I find myself thinking about that fact every time you cross my mind. You're the kind of person who can stop time with just a glance. I can't stop thinking about how perfect you look, how everything about you feels like it's been designed to leave me breathless. You've become my favorite thought. Every time I close my eyes, I picture you, and every time I think of you, I realize that you are the definition of perfection. I can't stop thinking about how perfect you look because you seem to have this ability to make the world pause when you enter a room. Your beauty doesn't just exist, it commands attention and leaves me in awe. The way you look is so perfect that I often forget how to breathe. There's nothing about you that isn't captivating, and no matter where I go, I always seem to find my thoughts drifting back to you. I get lost in the thought of you all the time, the way you look, the way you smile. It's all so perfect that I can't help but wish every moment I spent with you would last forever. I never thought I'd meet someone whose presence could overwhelm me in such a beautiful way. You are perfect, and every time I see you, it feels like the world stops just to let me take in your beauty. You are the perfect image in my mind, one I can't stop thinking about. It's more than just your looks, it's how you make me feel. Every time I see you, my heart skips a beat, and I can't help but think about how perfect you are. When you look at me, I get lost in the perfection of your gaze. It's as if you see right through me, and in that moment, I can't help but think about how perfect you look in every way. Your beauty doesn't just exist, it stays with me. I find myself thinking about you constantly, captivated by how perfect you look from every angle, every perspective. It's amazing how perfect you look, and it's even more amazing how that perfection seems effortless. You carry yourself with such grace that it's impossible for me not to think about how stunning you are. Every time I see you, I can't help but think about how perfect you look. It's not just your outward appearance, it's the way your presence makes everything feel lighter, brighter, and more full of hope. I can't stop thinking about how perfect you look. It's a thought that runs through my mind, leaving me completely captivated by every little detail of who you are. Your beauty isn't just seen with the eyes, it's felt with the heart. I can't stop thinking about how perfect you look, how everything about you seems designed to leave me in awe. Sometimes I just sit back and wonder how someone like you can exist. Someone so perfect in every way. I can't help but think about how perfect you look and how blessed I am to be able to witness it. There's no other way to say it. You are perfect. I can't stop thinking about how you look, how effortlessly beautiful you are. It's a thought that stays with me all day long. The more I think about you, the more I realize how perfect you are. From the way you carry yourself to the way you smile, there's something about you that stays with me long after you've gone. Every time I see you, I'm reminded of how perfect you look. It's like the world pauses, and in that moment, all that exists is you and your beauty, captivating me in ways I never imagined. You are perfection wrapped in human form. I can't stop thinking about how perfect you look, how effortlessly you manage to capture my heart every time I see you.